This is the video that explains the electronic glossary term assignment for any business class, whether it's economics, marketing, entrepreneurship, all of those courses and any other courses, introduction to business. So the student will get the instruction sheet as you see in front of the or on display here. It gives the students the goal of the assignment, the purpose of the assignment, what the student has to do to create the document, what the format would look like for the electronic glossary. Now, this is a term assignment, so it's the student's responsible for maintaining this electronic glossary on their computer throughout the course. So these are the instructions here. Now, basically, this video is going to explain briefly what is involved in this particular assignment here. So what the student would be doing for this particular term assignment, they would begin by creating in a word processor. It doesn't matter which processor. It could be Google Pages, Word, any sort of word processor. They would create this format here. And of course, they're going to get marks for format here. So using their word processing skills, they would create a text box, format the text box. Of course, this would be their student name and their respective course, whether it's economics, entrepreneurship, marketing, introduction to business, accounting, whatever it may be. Underneath that, just a line, and they could use, again, their word processing skills to create an attractive line here to separate the top part from the actual definitions. The subheading here, business terms, must be listed. Now, underneath here, the students would type out each term that is assigned by the teacher. And then what follows is the student's responsibility to type out the definition. And I stress they must type out the definition. If they're using the internet, they cannot copy and paste. There's no learning from copy and pasting. And any student that copy and pastes definitions to their word processing document here will not receive marks. It will not be marked. Learning takes place when the student types out the definition. Now they can paraphrase the definition or they can type out the definition word for word. The glossary must be kept in alphabetical order. So this is what they would create. Now, depending on the course and what the terms were assigned, the student would alphabetically list each term and type out the definition. Now, I would do this after each particular unit in my course, whether it's economics and marketing. I would give them a list of terms. For example, let's say that this was my economics class, and I would give them their first list of terms. So assuming the students already created the template, I would hand out the list of terms. So here's an economics. This would be my economics class after the first unit. Again, I stress the importance of maintaining the glossary, the importance of no copying and pasting, of the warning of plagiarism, and that the student must now take this first list of terms, take each word, type it out in their glossary in alphabetical order. So now this first list has 19 terms. This will depend on the teacher, how many terms they select from their particular unit. So this was the first unit in my economics class, so I gave them 19 terms to define. Of course, they would go back to their template and type the definition or the term followed by their definition. Now, they can use their textbook, they can use their class notes. If they decide to use the internet as they're doing this electronic glossary, they can split the screen in half where they have this document on one side of the screen and then the internet on the other side of the screen, and then they simply read the word from the internet and then retype it here, or read the definition from the internet and retype it here. Of course, they're going to save this file to their computer, and they're going to keep it on their computer for the entire duration of the course. Now, if technically available at your school district or your school board, if Google Drive is available, they can upload a copy of their file, of their glossary, to Google Drive, so it's permanent. The student is responsible for maintaining this glossary through the semester. So what you saw here was the first list of terms that I assigned my economics class. Now, during the entire course, I probably had 3 or 4 lists. So after each unit, I would give them a list of terms. They would add it to the existing glossary in alphabetical order. Now, this would help the student prepare for tests because they could always retrieve their glossary before a test. And then at the end of the course, prior to the final exam, they have a list of all the important terms for the course, which would help them prepare for the final exam and also help them study for the final exam and study for tests. And of course, I would make them print out a hard copy at the end and I would mark it. So this is a very simple little task for the students, and it helps for study purposes, and it helps them remember the terminology that was being used for the course in question.